Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to everybody. Blessed Sunday to everybody. The reason why I'm here with you live is because I have a just sharing message, an inspirational message that I wanted to share with you guys. I did have a message that I wanted to share with you today, and this is what we're going to reflect on Romans chapter 8, verse 31 later, but I want to share with you a story of, I listen to podcasts. As a lot of you know, I listen to podcasts, and one of the podcasts I listen to is called How I Built This, and it's a podcast about entrepreneurs who got started and how they become successful. So there's the founder of Instagram, the founder of Airbnb is there, and you can check it out. I highly recommend it. But this is in regards to the story of Cathy Hughes, who was the founder of Radio One. So I'll summarize the story here. So Cathy Hughes, she was a black woman in the 80s, 1980s, and she wanted to start her own radio station in Washington, D.C. And it was the 80s, so everyone was dismissing her. They thought, you're black. Number one, you're black, so you can't have your own radio station. Number two, you're a woman, you can't have your own radio station. So she got, everyone was discouraging her. Even her friends, the people around her, said that she couldn't do it. Especially since she was a single mom. She got pregnant at 18 years old, and she was a single mom. She eventually was able to work in a radio station. That was because, she wanted to start her own radio station, but she had to even sleep in the station because she couldn't afford to pay rent. She slept in the station with her son there. Her life was really hard, but she always had that goal, that vision of owning a radio station as a black woman. And I won't, if you want to listen to the whole story, you can listen to the podcast, but now she owns over 20 radio stations in the United States, and she is a multi-millionaire. So you can check her out. That's Cathy Hughes. The part that I wanted to share with you guys was when the interviewer, Guy Raz, asked her a question. And Guy Raz asked her if, did you ever think that you would fail? That was the question he asked her. Did you ever think that you would fail? Because, she faced a lot of struggles. Nobody believed in her. She had a really hard time. So, yeah, a lot of us would give up. We would think that we would fail. But her answer was that she always knew that she would never fail. She always knew that she would succeed because she had faith. She had faith in God. And because, God loves those that have faith in Him, she knew that she would succeed with her mission of being able to own a radio station. And that reminded me of a verse in Romans 8:31. So I'm just going to read here Romans 8:31. I'm reading from the American Standard Version. Romans chapter 8, verse 31 says, "What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who is against us?" Let me repeat that. What then shall we say to these things? So what then will we say to these struggles? What then will we say to the obstacles, to the difficulties we face? Because if God is for us, who can be against us? And what that means is God is all powerful. God is He's the creator of all things. He's the most powerful being in the universe, right? So if we have God on our side, then all these troubles, all these struggles, all these difficulties we're facing, we can get past them because who can be against us? That's Romans 8:31. And that's the same thing that Cathy Hughes had in mind. Even though she was facing struggles, even though she was, she had to sleep in her office, in her radio station that she was working in, she always knew that she would be able to achieve her goals and her vision because she had God on her side. So I want to ask you a question right now. Do you believe in God? Just answer below. Do you even believe in God? It's a yes or no question. And if you don't believe, that's fine too. Don't worry. I respect that. But do you believe in God? You guys watching right now. Just a yes or no. Just answer in the comments, yes or no, if you believe in God or not. Yes. Marisol believes in God, definitely. Definitely. How about you other guys who are watching? Do you believe in God, or should we have subtitles here? Well, do you believe that you are loved by God? Yeah, Anna, do you believe you are loved by God? You know, you believe you're God, you believe you're loved by God. And do you believe in God's promises? Do you believe in God's love for you? Alexis, that's okay. That's no problem. Well, if you believe in God, if you believe that you are beloved by God, and if you, even if you don't believe in God, He still loves you, you know. And if you believe in God's promises and love for you, then you should have faith that God will help you accomplish your plans. Because once again, who can be against us if God is with us? Kathy Hughes, from the story I shared, she faced so many struggles, more struggles than any of us will ever face in our lives, right? We're not going to be a black woman in the 1980s in the United States where there was discrimination trying to reach our goals. We're not, a lot of us, we don't have to sleep in our office where we work, you know, in the corporate office because we can't afford a place to rent. We won't be able to face those, we won't face those struggles, but she never lost faith. She always knew that God would guide her because she knew that God loved her and she knew that God would fulfill his promises to her. But, you know, she had to overcome her struggles first. She had to overcome the difficulties she was facing first before she got to her goal. And now she got to her goal of owning the radio station. She has over 20 radio stations right now. But all the time she knew that God would guide her to where to reach her goal. So do you have a goal? Do you have a goal that God has guided you towards? Do you have a goal? Maybe your goal is to actually get hired as a freelancer. Maybe your goal is to start a business. Maybe your goal is to help your family. Maybe your goal is to provide jobs for the people in your community. Maybe your goal is to reach 100,000 pesos a month, and that's okay. But do you have a goal that you know God has guided you towards? And I won't wait for your answers, but are you facing struggles in achieving those goals? Are you facing difficulties in achieving those goals? Are you facing obstacles, just like Kathy Hughes did? So my message for you today is that, you know, we are going to face those struggles. We are going to face difficulties. We're going to face challenges. But when we do, let's remember Romans 8:31. It says here, what then shall we say to these things, these struggles, to these difficulties, to these problems? Because if God is for us, who can be against us? So let's fight. Let's achieve our goals. Let's achieve our dreams, and always hold Romans 8:31 with us, and know that we are loved by God, and that, you know, since we have Him on our side, then nothing can be against us. All right. Be blessed, Flip. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for staying with me. I hope, you know, I was able to inspire you and educate you with, you know, the word as well. But yeah, remember Romans 8:31. Remember never to stop fighting, never to lose faith, never to lose hope and faith in God that He loves us. And yeah, just keep fighting, and have a blessed Sunday. Have a blessed start of the week. Bye, guys.